Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Being Well, a show that strives to create consciousness and awareness in the world and wants to make a positive and meaningful contribution to humanity. I am Anjali and I'll be your host. Talk healthy, do healthy and be healthy, and we at Being Well are here to help you with a healthy start. Firstly, Julie Schiffman suggests acid reflux can be treated through tapping. Then, Alia from Cooking with Alia is going to show us how to make one of her favorite Moroccan dishes. After that, Courtney Bell is going to demonstrate some great yoga for relaxation. Lastly, Sarah Scott, a charming young lady, is going to share her experience after getting a stroke at the age of 18. So let's not waste another second and start the show. Acid reflux is such a common problem. You would think it would be easy to spot and treat. But at times, acid reflux symptoms are less than obvious and easy to be mistaken for something else. If left untreated, it leads to Barrett's esophagus, a precursor to cancer. To avoid this in one way, we have Julie Schiffman, EFT practitioner from Mercola.com, who suggests tapping for acid reflux. Let's have a look at it.
Hi, I'm Julie Schiffman, and today we are tapping for reflux, or also known as GERD. Do you know that more than 60 million people suffer with reflux at least one time per month? Some suffer with symptoms even daily or after every meal. It's also known as GERD, which stands for gastroesophageal reflux disease. So what is reflux? Most people know of reflux as heartburn or acid indigestion. It's a burning pain or discomfort which moves from the stomach to the middle of your abdominal area and chest. The pain can also move up into your throat. Another symptom of this is regurgitation, and this is when acid is actually moving up your throat or your mouth. It's usually bitter or sour. There's also dyspepsia, which is more commonly known as burping, nausea, and or bloating. The bottom line is that the stomach acid is inflaming the esophagus. Ultimately, the stomach acid can damage the lining of the esophagus and cause bleeding when it's more severe. Reflux is rarely a serious or life-threatening disease, but it can be really painful and uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing for the time that you are experiencing the symptoms. Again, as you hear me say time and time again, this is a symptom and your body is telling you there's an imbalance. It can be very easy to ignore, since it usually goes away within a relatively short amount of time. But for some, it can last for hours. Some people who experience reflux regularly take an antacid, which can help to neutralize the acid in your body, but who wants to be doing that all the time? We've all seen those commercials where some guy has eaten too much and takes an antacid tablet and is suddenly fine to go back for seconds. For some people, this might work well. But what are we really looking at here? If you're listening to this, then you probably suffer with GERD or reflux to some degree and are looking to be able to eat and enjoy the experience of mealtime without the fears of burping and heartburn. Honestly, for some people, it's just about tweaking the foods that you eat. That really can be enough so that you no longer suffer with these symptoms. If you know that you eat impeccably well, then you really need to look at the underlying emotional components here. And this is what we're looking at today. What is your body trying to tell you? Did you wake up this morning and choose to have heartburn or reflux? Did you wake up and say, I can't wait to have some burning sensation in my body every time I eat a meal today? Probably not. So this is your body's way of telling you that something is up. So I say to that, lucky you. And I know you're thinking, what are you talking about? How does this make me lucky? Well, because this is your body giving you a warning signal. And now you get to dive in and expand your awareness about what is really going on inside. What are you internalizing, denying, or disconnecting from in your life? Like I said, lucky you. This is your chance to become aware and let go and heal on the deepest of levels. Let's talk about some common emotions which might be factors to think about when you are tapping. As I always say, emotions play a huge part in how the digestive system functions. I do need to stress that food is a critical component here, but emotions are truly a very close second. I love in Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, she says that heartburn is nothing but fear, fear, fear. Literally, just clutching on to fear. Think about the times you become anxious or stressed or become scared. 9 out of 10 people I ask will say they feel it in their abdominal area. Fear about worrying over details, anxiety, tension, feelings of conflict, helplessness, powerlessness in life, dread, fear of new things in life, transition, and lastly, triggers. What is triggering you? Triggers are mostly subconscious, which set off a memory tape or a flashback of some sort to an original stress or trauma. The trigger can be through sight, sounds, color, touch, smells, and even taste. Mealtimes can be very stressful for people. And if you come from a home where mealtime was stressful for you for any reason, you might be triggered every time you eat, which creates stress in the moment, and then, bingo, there comes the symptoms. Let's talk about what to say when you're tapping for these symptoms. As always, start with what you already know. You can go about this a couple of different ways. Tap as you experience the symptoms. Tap prior to the symptoms appearing or prior to eating. Make a list of all the things that are currently stressing you out or what was going on when the symptoms first started for you. Do you remember if you were under stress when you first started feeling the imbalance? Then go ahead and start tapping on that. Do you tend to hold on to fear in your stomach? If so, what's causing the fear? If you don't know, then just start tapping on the physical feeling. Let's do a round of tapping now for the symptoms and for some possible triggers. This is just a very general script. It would really be to your benefit to be as specific as possible here. So remember to reach out for help if you need it. As always, please take responsibility for your own emotional and physical well-being. And let's tap. Repeat after me. Even though I am suffering with heartburn, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I am really suffering here, this burning sensation is so uncomfortable. I deeply love and completely accept and forgive myself. Even though sometimes it's hard to love and accept myself, especially when I'm suffering with these symptoms. I am so uncomfortable. I accept myself anyway. And we're going to tap through the points. This burning sensation in my stomach, my chest, or my throat, I am so uncomfortable. I'm distended. This burning, I wonder what my body is trying to tell me. I hate feeling this way after I eat. This excess acid in my body, causing all of these symptoms. This excess acid. I wonder what my body is trying to tell me. All this distress in my stomach. All this distress in my chest. This acidic feeling in my body. I wonder what my body is trying to tell me. This fear I'm holding on to in my stomach, creating reflux. Life is really coming up on me, and it's really hard to digest. All this fear. I wonder what I'm so afraid of. Maybe it's just life stressors. Sometimes it's hard to be honest with myself and identify what I'm really afraid of. I become afraid of the fear. This fear in my body. Let it go. I'm finally just acknowledging how I feel. Sometimes that's all I need. I feel scared. I feel frustrated. But I'm letting it go, knowing that it's safe to digest life. I am safe to let go. All of my systems are listening to me. My organs, glands, digestive system, they're all listening. Letting go and relaxing. Releasing the fears and the stressors. Choosing to harmonize my body with any substance or emotion which doesn't agree with me. My digestive system is calm and relaxed, digesting easily. And just take a big deep breath in and let it go. And see how that feels for you. If you continue to have some symptoms, then continue to keep on tapping for whatever symptoms are appearing for you. If an emotion came up for you, then continue tapping on that as well. Whatever you do, keep on tapping. Tap regularly, tap daily, tap before meals, tap after meals, until the symptoms actually go away. And remember, if you need help, reach out and ask. Keep tapping.
So do some tapping at your free time and get rid of all the basic and common diseases before it gets hold of you. Now let's have a short break and be right back. Welcome back. Mashed potatoes are simple and delicious. In today's episode with Cooking with Alia, she has substituted all the creaminess of butter and cheese with Greek yogurt and made this dish a great one. So watch this episode and make this healthy dish today.
Hi, this is Aliyah and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a popular holiday dish but with a couple of twists. We're going to make mashed potatoes. First, we're going to replace all the butter and cream that we usually add in mashed potatoes with plain non-fat Greek yogurt. So we have all the creaminess without the fatness. And second, we're going to add the flavors of Morocco into this dish by using staple Moroccan ingredients like cumin and cilantro. This dish is perfect. It's healthy, it's creamy, and it's delicious. So let's start. For this dish, you of course need potatoes. I'm using golden potatoes, but feel free to use the potatoes of your choice. Golden potatoes are awesome for mashed potatoes. You could also peel them or keep them whole with the skin. It doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. If you peel them, while peeling the potatoes, put them in a large bowl of water, otherwise they will turn brown. And also cut them in small pieces, this way they cook faster. Some chopping and you're ready. We're going to boil the potatoes, so have a large pot with water, salt your water, then add 3 large garlic cloves and 2 bay leaves. Drain the potatoes from the water where they were sitting while you were chopping them and place them in the pot. Cover the pot and cook the potatoes on medium-high heat until they become soft. My potatoes are ready. The way to check, you can just use a fork and try to poke the potatoes. They should be very soft. All you have to do now is drain the potatoes from the water and we're ready to mash them. The potatoes smell amazing. So now we're going to remove the bay leaves. We don't need them. However, we're going to keep the garlic cloves. They're going to taste really good with the potatoes. You will need a masher to mash the potatoes, or you could use a food processor if you have one. Whatever you like. Even a fork would do the work. To bring a creamy texture to these potatoes, I'm going to use Danone Oikos plain non-fat Greek yogurt. So just add a little bit to start. For the Moroccan flavors I promised, we're going to add chopped cilantro, cumin, and of course salt and pepper. And that's it. Let's start mashing this. And again, you can mash the potatoes as you wish. You can make them super creamy or you can make them chunky. So whatever you prefer. You make this your own recipe. I'm going to add a little bit more of the yogurt because I like it to be really creamy, and continue mashing. Now taste a little bit. And adjust the spices accordingly. So basically cumin, salt, and pepper. look at this fluffy and creamy texture we get. It is so light and fluffy. And that's it. I'm going to serve it right now. My mashed potatoes are ready. I'm going to taste them for you. They're so light and so creamy. And I love the cumin and cilantro in these potatoes. It really brings it a Moroccan flavor to it, which makes me feel home. Because they're so homey. And the Greek yogurt really makes it creamy and you don't have to worry about the fat. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and see you soon. Bon appétit!
That looks super delicious. Try to make this joyful treat for your children when they are back from school. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Practicing relaxation techniques such as yoga helps you achieve relaxation response and also get rid of all your stress levels in the body. For this, today we have with us Courtney Bell, who's going to show us some yoga for relaxation. Let's have a look at it.
Hi everyone, this is Courtney and you're watching Yoga for Relaxation. So everybody gets stressed out sometimes, and if you've clicked on this video to watch, perhaps you're feeling a little stressed out. Maybe something's happened and you're needing to relax. I'd like to challenge you not to just click on the video and watch it, but also to follow along, practice with me, and favorite the video so that you'll have it to return to again and again when you're needing to relax. All right, let's get started. So I'm starting in a cross-legged seat and just placed a blanket underneath my hips so that my legs and my hips feel really comfortable and grounded. Now we're going to begin just by relaxing some of these areas in our body that immediately start to tighten up with our tension and stress. So I'd like for you to take one hand and cross it in front of your body and give your shoulder a squeeze. This is the upper trapezius. And this muscle right here loves to flow. It really likes to just let go, and we tend to carry a lot of tension in our upper shoulders and neck. I don't know, do you guys feel like you have tension in your upper shoulders and neck? Because I sure do, even if I'm just driving a car or sitting on the computer, really not doing much with my body, but your body still accumulates tension from a seated position. So actually bringing a little movement to the area will help it relax. So as you're squeezing out your shoulder, you can also just hold on to the muscle and move your shoulder around to get a little bit of a different sensation and access a little bit more of a different unwinding. So both sides here. Man, it feels good not to have long hair right now. I used to have long hair, but I recently just cut it off. What do you guys think? Do you like short hair or do you like long hair? You can leave a comment. Let me know. I think I'm going to grow my hair back out because I really do miss it. Even though it feels good to have my shoulders free. You guys feeling good with that? Your shoulders feeling relaxed? A little bit of relief already. Okay, let's keep going with that. We're gonna keep moving. You can carry your blanket with you if you want, some cushion underneath your knees. So we're gonna come onto all fours. Just gonna place the blanket under my knees so that the ground won't be too hard. Knees are hip width apart and your hands are just under your shoulders. You're gonna move through the cat-cow spinal undulations. So let's exhale and draw your tailbone under as you pull up through your belly and around your back. dropping the crown of your head. And inhale, turn your tailbone up. Pull your shoulders back and your heart forward. So this area of your body that we just massaged here is going to get to flow on these movements. Really let this arc in your back pour from your shoulders over your arms. And then here, let your shoulders pull back so your head and your neck have space to move. Okay? Exhale, round your back, pour your shoulders through your arms. And inhale, let it flow open so we have some space to move. Let's let all of that tension and stress relax so we can feel better, feel freer. Exhale and inhale. A few more times. Exhale, let's really get into it. And inhale. Now, if you'd like to, reach your right arm up to the sky. Give it a good stretch upwards. We're going to thread the needle, drawing your right arm under your left arm and relaxing your shoulder onto the ground. Let the side of your head rest as well. And just take a moment to focus on this area of your body. So your shoulders that we already squeezed out and have been moving around now get to just soften into the ground. Let the back of this shoulder just melt. Let whatever's holding on, let it go. Then come back up. For the other side, we'll stretch first your left arm up to the sky. So the backs of your shoulders pull together here. And then thread the needle with your left arm under. So you can see now on my back, my shoulders are spreading apart. The space between my shoulder blades is widening. And I'm letting this left shoulder really fall and rest into the ground. You can walk your top arm out overhead if you'd like. So let's come back up onto all fours and go into a child's pose. Your knees can be slightly separated and your big toes together as you pull your hips back. I'm gonna pull up on my blanket a little bit. Let your hips sit back onto your heels and walk your hands out to rest your forehead on the ground. Some people feel more comfortable with their hands in front of them in child's pose. You can also play with pulling your arms behind you. Take a few deep breaths here. Again, focusing on that part of the body and your upper shoulders, between your shoulder blades that accumulates tension, and let your breath carry that tension away into more fluidity and into more movement. Let's rise up onto all fours again. And this time, extend your legs back. Then lower your knees and let's come down onto your belly, preparing for cobra pose. So I still have my blanket now under my hips. That can be helpful if your hip bones are hurt on the ground. This is really comfortable. I've got my hands under my shoulders, elbows pulled back beside my body. I'm going to rise into a gentle cobra. So just a little bit of the upper body rises off of the ground. And I'm going to turn one ear to the ground. And then inhale, chin up through center. Exhale, the opposite ear to the ground. Inhale through center. You are strengthening your shoulders and your arms here. You're doing it in a way that allows movement to occur through your neck, and head. So sometimes I just want to show you, if you ever feel like you're stressed out in your shoulders and you rise up into cobra, does this ever happen to you where you can't really move your neck one way or another? Well, when you have the flow of your upper shoulders into your body, you should be able to fluidly move your neck and your head. Okay, so that's going to be a good sign for you to know when you're really letting go of that tension, that you can move your head and neck freely. So let's rise now that we've undulated a little from side to side. Let's rise into a high cobra, shoulders back, chest forward. Deep breath in, and exhale, come back down to the ground. So now let's press up and back. You can choose to return to child's pose or press up into downward dog. And we're going to take a few breaths here, either child's pose or downward dog. So get comfortable and continue to breathe. If you're in child's pose, try extending your arms out, tucking your toes under. Keep your knees bent as you lift your hips. So it's similar to child's pose, but you're bringing some energy through your arms. And that energy is actually going to support your body to relax. Now step your feet forward and let's have a seat behind your heels. You can keep your blanket with you. And now I'm going to use a strap for this next little play of poses. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a scarf. You can use a towel. You can even use one of those resistance bands, as long as it provides you some good resistance, okay? So we'll have that off to the side for now. I'm going to keep the blanket under my hips just for comfort and extend my legs out in front of me. Now keeping your right leg forward, let's bend your left knee and open your knee out to the side. Sole of your foot presses into your inner thigh here. So this can be a little massage point too. If you like your feet massaging your legs, I don't really mind it. I like it. I'm a massage therapist also and have practiced a lot of shiatsu, where we use our feet as a tool for massaging, kind of walk on the person. So I love using my feet to massage my body when possible. And I also like using my hands. So I'm going to show you a little trick here that's really great for relieving stress. This is a little secret button. You can think of it that way when you're feeling tense, like you need to let something go, but you can't quite do it. Maybe because you're worried or afraid. I run into that. Worry and fear can be big triggers for stress, right? Leave me a comment. Is worry a big trigger for stress for you? I can't think of anything more stressful than being worrisome. So this point underneath your calf, I'm just massaging with my hand here, you can see, is great for relieving worry, relieving tension. And then you can take that all the way up the back of your leg, up your hamstring, just kind of pressing your body down into the ground and using your hand that's underneath your leg as a source of compression. So I'm going to walk my hand all the way up underneath my hamstring to my sitting bone, so my leg is relaxed a little bit more. And inhale my arms up just to generate positive uplifting flow, and come back down. From here, we're going to lay down onto your back, and this is where, if you have a strap or a blanket, or rather a towel or scarf, grab it. If not, don't worry, I'll show you another yummy thing you can do without any props at all right? So let's lay down onto your back. Keep your left knee bent and extend your right leg straight up to the sky. Now, if you don't have a strap, hands, take them up, interlace your fingers behind your hamstring so you make a basket with your hands. And you'll press the back of your thigh into your palms. So this is the good stuff. Again, you get to have a massage right here. If you still want to get your strap though, you've got it handy, and you'll hook it around the ball of your foot, just under your toes. And extend your foot up to the ceiling. Drop your shoulders down. We already relaxed your upper traps, so let them continue to flow. Feel the back of your body on your mat. Nice and grounding energy. And a few deep breaths. With our leg extended up, we are activating muscles. You can actually get sore. You can get super sore just from this pose right here because your muscles are activating. However, they're doing so in a very restorative, very relaxing way. So we get to open all this energy flow through our hips and through our ankle. You want to keep your knee, just a little alignment note. If your knee is pointing in or pointing out, bend your leg and steer your knee so it's pointing directly towards you, okay? Great. Let's release that. Draw both knees into your chest. Give a squeeze. Nice. All right, so we roll back up. And let's go onto the other side for Janu Shirsasana. Left leg now gonna extend out, and your right foot comes in. Point your right knee out to the side and place the sole of your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh. So we've got this foot massage thing happening again with the sole of your right foot massaging by planting itself onto the inside of your right, or the inside of your left leg. You can take your hands, reach under your calf here, give a little compression, and then this spot is just right in the center of your calf. The gastrocnemius is 2 bodies, and right in the center of those bodies is a good juicy point. Let your worries go. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. And then you can take that massage up by compressing your hamstring into your hand. Move the flesh away from the sitting bones. Let the leg be strong. Let it be long. Let it be relaxed. And let's lay down onto your back. Right knee is going to stay bent. Left leg is going to point up to the sky. Make a basket with your hands and press your hamstring into that basket. Or take your strap and hook the ball of your foot and press your foot up towards the ceiling. Another note, when you're using a strap for your foot, you want to pretend like the strap is an extension of your arms. So if you're using a lot of bicep power to hold on to the strap, that's not going to be very relaxing. We want to let the shoulders drop into the ground. Remember the feeling of the massage in the very beginning and keep that sensation. And then let your arms be long as you reach up the strap. So you're not using any effort. You are just resting in this resistance here. Again, draw your knees into your body. Give yourself a big hug. rock up to sit. Great. Now let's extend both legs out in front of us. Release the back of the body. Inhale your arms up. And full back body stretch in a forward bend. You can hang on to the balls of your feet. You can also use that good old strap, or you can just sit upright and find a gentle tilt forward. Whichever stage of a forward fold you're in, let's focus on this back of the legs and back of your torso getting a long stretch. Inhale, rise up, and how are you feeling? What's your stress level now? -3, -8, or hopefully it's not off the charts like it was maybe in the beginning, yeah? Feeling good? All right, leave me a comment. Let me know how you felt so far. We're gonna move into the final section of this relaxation flow. So the final relaxation flow is one of my favorite things to do. And this, if you don't have a strap, might make you want to go get a strap. But if not, don't worry, you can use a resistance band. We're gonna lay right back onto the ground. So with your strap now, we're gonna extend both legs up. Catch the balls of your feet. And then tuck your chin to your chest and hook your strap behind the base of your skull. Let your arms rest beside you. And the strap provides nice traction from the base of your skull, your neck, your thoracic spine gets to have a little traction as the body rests towards the ground. You might want to stay here for 10 or 20 years, but just meditate, be in the present moment, enjoy this time. When you're ready to come out, simply unhook the strap first around your neck and then off of your feet. And we'll bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees butterfly apart. Finding a reclined cobbler's pose. Stay here for as long as you'd like. And then extend your legs out for a full Shavasana. Lift your shoulders, roll them under. Reach out through your legs. Let the back of your body feel energized and supported as it rests on the ground. And as always, you can enjoy your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Come back up to seated when you're ready. And we'll join our hands together in prayer position at the heart. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel a lot better after following along with this yoga for relaxation. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And also check me out on my website, yogacurrent.com. I might be growing my hair out, so we'll see. Tell me what you think of the short hair and if you want to see it long. All right, namaste.
So remember, exercise helps you look and feel younger and stay active longer. I'm sure you had a tough time doing that workout and you'll be wanting some water right now. So go get some water, let's have a short break. Welcome back. For this segment, the Big Picture team from Wellcome Trust met Sarah Scott, a charming young lady who experienced a stroke at the age of 18. Now 22, Sarah is slowly recovering but still continues to experience some problems in both writing and spoken language. Here is Sarah, who is sharing her experience with us. Take a look.
I'm going to London and you can do a scan to see your brain. And yeah.
Have you ever worked in the metalworking industry? Do you have any cochlear implants or other kind of ear implants? No. Are you claustrophobic?
No.
Do you wear a hearing aid?
No.
Do you have dentures?
No.
Any dental bridges or braces?
No.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Do you have any shrapnel from a war injury or explosion?
No.
Are you diabetic?
No.
Epileptic?
No.
Ever had a seizure? Is there any way you could be pregnant?
No.
No? Okay.
I went to my school a normal day and I went to my English class and I'm supposed to be, it's a play and I'm supposed to be reading aloud, but I just can't. I don't know why. My one arm and leg, it's like pins and needles, and also I feel like I want to be sick, so I went to hospital, and after that I really can't remember, but I had a stroke. So the scan, what is it?
It's a machine that uses magnetic waves and radio frequency magnetic fields to take a very high resolution photo of your brain. We kind of slice through your brain 176 times. So we take 176 different images and they're going from back to front, from top to bottom, and from left to right.
Why is it so loud?
The magnetic field, it's measured in something called Tesla. And this machine in particular has 3 Tesla. It's much, much stronger than the Earth's magnetic field. And it is so loud because the bits that make the machine work, basically, they're being pulled by the magnetic field. So as we're scanning you, they're rattling because they're fighting against the force of the magnetic field. Your brain can be summarized in 176 different slices.
Now I have aphasia. My reading, my writing, my speech is affected. And now, obviously, I like to read, and I can't read now, so that's changed.
Are you ready to look at your brain?
Yes.
So here we have 3 different pictures of your brain. So we have a 3-dimensional picture on the computer here. If we compare the left side of the brain here and the right side of the brain, you can see this dark area is where the stroke has damaged the tissue.
So writing and reading is the same side, or is it different?
Yes, so for reading, many of the areas are the same as for your speaking, but there'll also be some areas that will affect your reading more than your speaking. The areas that you've got damaged here, I would expect to affect both your speaking and your reading, although your reading might recover a little faster than your speaking. There are many different pathways for language, and if you damage one, there'll be other pathways that allow you to make a recovery, that will allow you to do the things that you could do before you had the stroke.
Yeah. And I'm still at like my parents. I'm still at home now, so I think that's changed. So really everything. And we have a few patients and who've got similar damage, and I can show you. You can compare. Here's somebody slightly more damage than you have got.
And what is? Because it's not speech, and is it different?
A different function.
Things? Yeah.
These patients all have had difficulty speaking, as you have in the early years, but then patients after about 4 years to 5 years have started to come back into the normal range again. So in fact, your stroke's one that we're really hoping will follow that course, and that by 5 years your speech should be back in the normal range. I'm supposed to be at uni at biology. So, and I still like biology now. So really, I just want a job that's to do with biology. Just anything that I don't know, just anything that I like, and yeah.
That is definitely a girl with high spirits. We, the Being Well team, wishes her all the success in future. So with that, we have come to the end of this day's episode. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Remember, follow your bliss, live your passion. Goodbye and be well.